Hi, I'm Patek. I am going to do a tutorial for Quartet. You want the European or American version of the ROM. You'll know if you've got that because in the first stage you'll have lots of these long, thick platforms here. So it's slightly easier. And the first thing to notice in this game is Mary's health is counting down every second. When that hits 0, you're going to lose a life, and you don't get extra lives in this game. It's very difficult to farm them. So basically, you want to keep your health as high as possible. But there's plenty of health through the game, so we should be able to get a good completion quite easily. Fairly responsive controls. One is to jump. You've got all sorts of different heights you can jump with, depending on how precise you are. You're not committed to your jumps, you can turn around mid-air. The physics are like halfway between Alex Kidd and normal games, so they're not bad at all. You can duck down, you can press 2 to fire. Your normal range is 5 bricks, you can extend that to 7. You can also be careful bopping your head here, but if you fall down these bottomless pits you'll die, you'll lose a life, you'll get back to 10,000 but you don't have any extra lives, you're going to have a bad time. And if you lose all your lives, game over. That was quick. So, time starts when you press 1 on the title screen. We're going to move over here. You're going to try and do a half jump under that bird and again here, and fire towards that enemy. You'll notice the enemies are spawning in regularly on cycles. Sometimes you'll be slightly early, sometimes you'll be slightly late, so you do have to be aware of that. Always fire towards a puff of smoke, even if you think you're going to get there, or avoid it, because you can sometimes get hit by them. And this jetpack's really important, because this is how you're going to play the game. And if you get hit up in the sky here, you won't be able to get that jetpack back. So always be careful with that. Always know what you're doing. If you get hit here by this bird, or if you fall down, there, just reset. It's not worth it. It's difficult. It's not worth to play on without the lives. So jump, fire, maneuver through here, fire at that guy, avoid all this stuff, fire at that guy, fire at that guy, come down to this level. Here's your first star. You're going to need to pick up a star in every stage, and then defeat a boss at the end of each stage to get the key. Move up, dodge those two, grab this clock. That's going to freeze all the enemies. Even though you've frozen them, you're still going to fire at them, and you're still going to dodge them as though you've missed, because otherwise you'll have trouble. So grab this, shoot dodge. You'll see the bullet went through him there, so that's exactly why you dodge, because otherwise you'll get hit. If you get hit by these enemies, they'll cost you 1,000. If you get hit by bosses, it'll cost you 2,000. It's really bad. So, first boss is this Firebird, who's going to move up and down randomly, and eventually he is going to settle on the ground. When he settles on the ground, he's going to fire a bunch of bullets like that. So it's really quite difficult to plan this. What you can do is take one hit here, come under here, duck under here, fire 10 bullets, and get this health potion, which is 10,000 points. For a beginner, I'm going to recommend you do that. You see, when you get hit, you will freeze in place for a while as well. So with the Firebird, you want to try and stay on the underside of him. Fire a bunch of shots, move down with him, and get the key. Show you that again. So jump here, jump, kill that guy, duck out the way. Kill him, kill him. Kill him and move. Dodge these two, grab the clock. Fire and dodge. You'll see sometimes I can get a quick kill on this guy. Bosses in this game are like semi-manipulations, so it's like a Genesis RMG. Sometimes they'll behave, sometimes they won't. You'll need to learn patterns, you'll need to be able to react. Once you've got this guy killed, you're going to grab the key. If you've got your jetpack on, then to exit you need to press 1 in front of the exit, otherwise just press up. Slightly on the left. There we go. Stage 2, you just need to move to the right. These eyeballs are not going to attack you until you fire at them. Just ignore them. There's a black chime here. Kill him. Come over. Fire a couple of shots into the air here to get these guys, and take the smart bomb. Smart bomb's going to kill everything that was on screen. And you've got a portal here to the underworld. You need to be sufficiently in front of it, like a mirror. Press up to enter that. Kill this guy. Jump up here, wait for this guy to fall down and kill him. Wait for these to spawn, kill them. And we've got the Karma Chameleon. This is the first difficult boss. He's very random. You can get him into a pattern, but he's also very volatile. And you'll notice we've got the jetpack we're going to try and grab here, and we're going to try and fly away with that. You can try and get a couple of hits in from him on here, and then jump up and try and stun him here, so like this. And if you're lucky, you'll get him into a stun lock pattern here, like that. But you'll see just how different he is. If he comes to you, you can try and duck under. I recommend trying to stay below about here with your jetpack. Take it nice and easy. If he moves away, you'll have to respawn him. Don't play about in this area here. Very easy to get hit. So broadly, when he's on the left here, you want to be waiting here for him to come towards you. When he's coming towards you from the top, take a couple of shots and fire, duck under, try and swap sides with him. And then broadly, he's going to try and come down towards you, and you're going to try and match him and stay nice and safe on the left side, like this. That's a good fight. You can also try and soft lock him like that. Get a bunch of hits in up the top there. Grab the key. Avoid that guy. Fly under carefully here. You need to do 4 shots on this guy to open his eyeball and then fire and duck away. You must kill him to get the star. Get 10,000 health free. Come back out here and you're going to walk along this platform while you're flying. You're going to fire a couple of shots at the cloud thing that's going to come. Him here. There's lips here that will spawn, and the way the timers work in this game is slightly wonky, so sometimes they'll hit you, sometimes they won't. There's no real way to avoid it. Just be aware of it. Keep firing all these guys here. Press 1 with the jetpack to get out of the underworld. Not up, press 1. Come up here. Kill that guy, press 1 to get out the exit. That's level 2. Level 3 has got these half-breakable ice blocks. You've got ice physics, so you're slightly slippy. And it's going to be common to get stuck trying to fire at something that's in the third half of you, like above you here. If you panic, it's common to break all these blocks too much. Get trapped in the wrong area. So, this block here, because it's in the top 30 sprite, it's more difficult to fire at that when you're right next to it. And here, for example, I am below this level. Ideally, you want to fire these 2 off and get in, but it's common to miss, or to panic and to fire too many shots. You can only have 2 shots on screen at once, and this is where it gets really important. So kill these. Try and get up here. This bird will respawn. You might have to duck down, you might have to jump up. Just plan your route out. Don't be afraid to take your time. And then you need to grab the jetpack. And once you've got the jetpack, you need to try and break bricks from top to bottom, like this. Otherwise, you will tend to get trapped. See how it's blocks above me that are getting left behind? Avoid this skull. Top to bottom, top to bottom. You're going to grab an invincibility here by breaking these blocks. Don't walk into them until you've got a clear path here to break out towards the boss. This boss is like a Muppet on a chandelier. He's going to swing back and forth, back and forth. So let's break these. Make a save state. You can see just how random this guy is. He's swinging, he's swinging. It's really difficult to both avoid him and get him manipulated into a good pattern. And you can also see how damaging it can be. If I take damage from him or the bullets, I might lose the jetpack. I might get really, really stuck. So do not move until you're ready. Try and trap him on this left side. Don't fire too many bullets. Only start firing doubles once you're sure you've got him. Because if I start firing and I'm too far right, I'm going to lose a couple of bullets. I'm going to lose a lot of time. That's not terrible. You'll eventually learn patterns, you'll learn how to manipulate these, but it's kind of trial and error. It's a feeling. Like, that's a pretty good fight. These regular bosses always take 20 hits. If you get trouble, if you think you're going to lose your invincibility, come over here. If he's following you, you're going to have to duck out back here, maybe. Do a few distance shots. Ideally, you want him over here. And then if you're in trouble, you can use the jetpack and use this safe area here. You can see if he's on the wrong side and you're firing the wrong way, you really lose a lot of time. That's a good fight. Grab your key. Press 1 to go into the underworld here. There's a clock here, but I don't recommend you grab it. It's going to slow you down. If for any reason you're really low on health and you want more, then come over here. Get hit by that guy and walk across here. And then duck under for a 10,000 here. Be careful with these lips. Don't fire at these balls, they'll explode. So we'll show you that again. So if you're not comfortable and you want more health, take damage from this guy, walk over, duck under, grab that. If you're safe, if you want to carry on, fly under here, try and get between this bottom platform here and this spawning enemy. And then try and get under these lips, but be aware there is absolutely no way to stop these lips hitting you if you're on the wrong timing cycle. As far as I'm aware, if you do the boss really quickly, you'll get hit by these guys, so don't worry about it. Duck under this skull. Duck under those with the balls here. If you're worried about these, come up top here instead. Shoot this jar twice, grab your star, avoid these enemies and get to the exit. And there's stage 3. Stage 4. Jump up here, grab your jetpack. Be careful, because that skull can sometimes fire like that. So don't be afraid to take a moment here. Don't fire at these snails, they'll bounce back. You'll have a bad time. Get yourself into here safely. This boss is a moth which will bounce up and down randomly. He's very difficult. He's very volatile. He will fire a lot at you. There's no real safe spot, but if you've got a decent amount of health, you can try and get into this sort of area. Get a few travel spots in, spam in. Just don't touch him, because if you touch him, he'll take more damage like that, 2,000 instead of 1. You really need that health. So what I recommend is trying to loop around a few times, and if he flies away, come into this sort of height here, go behind and fire. He's not too bad, it's just volatile. Like, it's common to lose 5 or 10 seconds here, even on a good run. And you can sort of manipulate his shots to be up here. If you get trapped with lots of shots down the bottom here, you can despawn him and start again, but I don't recommend it, because you won't learn. Just avoid losing your jetpack by flying too high up here. Don't be fancy, because if you lose your jetpack and you can't get back to it, you're really screwed. So kill this guy. Grab the key. You need to go back out to the overworld. And then I recommend waiting a moment here to see what this skull does, to avoid losing a jetpack. Kill that bird if you need to. And then you've got these 4 Akabutsus here, you need to kill them. You need to be aware that sometimes there'll be a sprite from off-screen interfering, and one of these guys might start flying randomly at you instead of being destroyed. So, again, be careful where you're flying, don't lose your jetpack. This one first, then this one, then this one, then this one, 3142. I'll just show you, if you'd hit it wrong way, if you do the wrong order, or if something happens with the sprites, they'll start going mad. If that happens, come over here. You've got a safe spot over here you can start spamming shots at to kill them. You can do this, go into the overworld and back out, but it won't change the fact that they're still going to go mad sometimes. So 3142, shoot this 10 times, get 10,000 health. Go into the underworld, and then it's going to be 4. You can see here we've got that problem again where they're misbehaving for some reason. Not sure why. No idea why that happens. Have I got a save state for that? I should. So yeah, the correct order is 3, 1, 4, 2. There's your health. Into the underworld. 4, 1, 3, 2, 5. That's going to let you get the star. Be careful with that snail. Come out of here. Come under here. Star is here. And then the skull from earlier, you've got to be very aware. Sometimes he will spawn a little bit early and you will risk hitting him. See how close I was there? Let me try and get a safe state here where I can actually get hit by him to show you. Like, you can play around with this and you can notice how they spawn at different times. But if that skull fires to the left there, that top cannon, that one there, isn't going to fire any bullets. So if this skull fires to the left here, like that, you've got a free passage across here. If, however, the skull fires to the right, you've got to avoid them. So you can wait here. You've got to be careful not to get hit. So if you're in doubt, you can fire and kill this guy and use iframes to get across. Just be very careful not to get trapped down this area here. If you get trapped down here and you haven't got your jetpack or you're not careful, you want to kill both these bottom two cannons, otherwise you won't get across. So you can jump across like that. And you see just how much is firing at me right now. So he's firing to the left, I've got a free passage. I can get across. He's firing to the left, but I'm going to wait there. Let's just show you how it looks. If they both fire, you're going to have to take a moment here. Don't be afraid to take a moment here. It's incredibly common to lose a run to messing about, trying to be aggressive here. Guggen Sully has got a good manipulation where he just waits here for a moment, then flies between. I don't recommend it. Really not worth it. You want plenty of health coming out of here. So that's fired to the right. Just take a moment. There's your bad problem. That's where you're going to have trouble. So now we're going to have to shoot this guy. And this guy. Then we can get out. And we're going to way on to stage 5. Stage 5 is difficult because you've got these bottomless pits and you've got these jars firing at you. If you watch Guggen Sully's run, he does this in one jump, in one cycle. He's a madman. I've got the world record, I don't even do that. You don't even need to do that for sub 6. Don't try it, you'll have a bad time. So you're going to walk across here, jump to there, wait, jump across here, jump onto this, and then grab this invincibility, walk under here, jump across here, jump from one of these onto here. Don't try and walk off this one. You won't make it. You'll fall down and die. You'll have a bad time. Get your invincibility. Then you're going to grab this clock. If you feel brave, you can try this jump, but it's not so easy. I recommend going around the long way. Remember, you're not invincible, so avoid everything. Again, be careful with this snail. Go into the underworld. If you want 10,000 health, it's under here. It's kind of risky. It's not so fun to go for this one because of this mine. Again, 10 shots here, that will get you that. And then you need to grab your jetpack, do your half-height block firing again. This skull can be difficult. You need to fire here to get your start, which is on that block there. On this one, you tend to want to fire from the bottom to the top. That bird's going to get you, this guy's going to chase you. There are going to be mines spawning in all the time. So really what you want to try and do is fire to clear about 4 height on all of these. Because for the boss here, this boss is only vulnerable when there are 2 mines or less on screen. And when he opens his mouth. So it's kind of random, but it tends to go better if you fire to clear more space here. Don't touch him. He's going to take a lot of health off you. That's going to be really bad. You'll see you can make that jump there, but it's not so simple. takes a bit of judgment to know when to fire and when to move here, but if in doubt, create more space for yourself. Don't get irritated if you lose a cycle, if you get trapped a few times. Even top runs get that. It's common to lose a few seconds to some of the best here. Just accept that it's not going to be perfect and carry on. Also be aware, if you get hit here, you can lose the key and it'll fly all the way down through the bottom of the screen and you'll have to grab it again. I've got a blooper on my channel, you can watch the blooper reel for that. Try and show you it here. You see how it's floating all the way down there. Kill him, come under here, go to the exit. So by now you should have 40,000. The good news is you'll get a slight rank increase. Basically that just lets you fire very slightly further. You don't need to grab a star in the final stage, but you are going to need to destroy several statues. But you're going to be able to grab some extra health as well. You're going to go left here into this portal. Fire to kill that guy. Jump here. Try and kill this guy as well. You can't kill this statue yet, you've got to do them in the right order. This jump is really awkward, be careful. It's common to have problems with this one. So not quite a full jump. And then with these statues, you've got to be very careful. You want to shoot the neck enough to freeze the head and then kill the head. Under no circumstances, play silly and try and move up too quickly, because the head will move around like that and it's going to start attacking you. Always fire too much here rather than too little. That statue there you kill. And then there's a point there, you shoot that 10 times. There's 10,000 health free of charge. Again, be extremely careful because you've got an abyss here you can die in. So it's this statue first. Again, be careful of that skull's bullets. Get your free health. Go into the underworld here. I would wait a cycle here to see what these two do. Again, be careful with these statues, treat them with respect. And then there is a point here you need to fire at to get 10,000. Do that. And then you've got the awkward statue here. This one. Fire twice. Change sides, come here. Freeze it. Kill it there. Otherwise, this statue can be a real bother. Twice. Here. Freeze it there. Kill it. If you try and do it from the left side, you are going to have a really bad time. Because if you're too quick or too slow, the head's going to get stuck in the wall. Or you're going to miss it, and the flames are going to get you. Like there. I can't get him now. He's going to start moving around, and it's going to be hell. 1, 2. Under there. Kill it. And then if you've got a problem, you're going to be on the ground here. You can get your jetpack back very quickly. You're safe to come back down here and shoot him again. And you've got plenty of health by this point as well. So to this statue first. Watch out. Free health here. Underworld. Wait here. This one. Point above here for 10,000. 2 shots. Spam there. You can see how dangerous that is even with doing it correctly. Kill that guy. Be careful of these lips. And then go out through the underworld. Go from the bottom half here, don't go up here, because you can get stuck on that block up there. Then it's this statue here. You kill that one and get the key, and then you're on to the final boss. Through here. Final boss is 5 computer banks. Each of these takes 20 hits. But they're constantly firing missiles at you. And it's extremely difficult because if you do it correctly, you can get a blind spot. And you can keep cycling through the blind spot and keep flying forever. But if you deviate from the correct pattern, you're going to have trouble. So the first thing you need to do is get used to moving correctly, knowing when to move out of the way, when to back off. Don't be afraid to wait a cycle. Don't try and fire too much. Try and get a couple of shots in there. Come to about here, where this point is vertically, like where the 4 colours change. And eventually you'll be able to get the gap there. Get the gap, come up, keep your distance, get the gap, rinse and repeat. If you're too fast or too slow, you might need to go to the top or the bottom briefly early to change pattern. And it's quite common to end up missing hits on this top one, getting too many on number 2 or 3. And you end up where you've got to be aware of how to dodge. Don't overly focus on firing on all of them evenly. Focus on the pattern and nothing else. Like here, I'm out of pattern. So I'm going to wait, get the jetpack back. I'm going to come under here, time it, get it so that I've got a safe pattern back to where I was. Always stick to that pattern, because it's far better to lose a few seconds in the air than to lose seconds from getting hit and having to get your jetpack back. You can even practice just not hitting them. And once you get advanced with that, you can do more aggressive stuff. Like you can come all the way in. But again, you've got to know when to back out. And you've got to be extremely careful to fire your shots evenly. Otherwise you'll end up with a couple of turrets at the top that are going to be very difficult to deal with later on. So I'm missing a cycle there. I'm getting trapped up top, I'm going to have a bad time. I was slightly late there, so I'm going to move up early, try and get back on cycle. I'm not concerned with how many hits I'm getting. I'm concerned with not trapping myself on the bad cycle. Even if I have to change sides. It's going to pay for itself if you do that. And now I've got one left. When you've got one left, try and get it so it's firing down here, 45 degrees. Do a couple of shots. Rinse and repeat. Don't be concerned with a quote-unquote quick kill on this, because if you lose 2 cycles you'll get really frustrated and it can ruin your PBs. If you do get hit a couple of times badly, you can jump and spam a few hits there. And by this stage you should have all your lives, so you shouldn't have any problem finishing this. You see how I'm always anticipating that cycle? Don't be afraid to move out of the way if you need to, either side, up here even, because you can still reach from over there. Once you lose that pattern, be aware of it and just try and work out what the next best way to get it back is. And the time will end when the final one is destroyed, and that'll be the game. So I'll go through a run now to show you everything in one go. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1, go. So a couple of jumps here to avoid the bird. Kill that guy, get your jetpack. Stay on cycle with all these enemies. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. Get the star, kill this guy, move away. Deke those, get the clock. Shoot and avoid. I'll show you how to get all the health as well. Let's take damage there deliberately. Come under here, get some health. Stay on the underside of him. Mash, mash, mash. Just wait for this guy to come down. He can come down on the left or the right, just be aware of it. Don't worry if you have to take a hit from him, you should have plenty of health. Take the bomb. Wait for that guy. Wait for this guy and this guy. Get between these two. Let's be careful with the Karma Chameleon. Always anticipate his next move. Grab the key. Avoid that guy. Kill the eyeball. Get your star. Kill the cloud. If that happens, just take it. Don't worry about losing your jetpack, not a problem. You can damage boost through there, you can see how much health I've got. Not a problem. As long as you've got health, you're fine. Take as long as you want on these ice blocks. Start planning some alternate routes, work out whether you're going high or low. Once you've got the jetpack, go top to bottom. Try and anticipate when the enemies are going to come for you. Do not grab the invincibility until you're ready to go. Kill him. Into the underworld. Damage boost off this guy. Walk under here. Get your free health. Don't worry about damage there. Shoot for the star. And out. Jump up here. Wait for that. Into the boss. Nice and careful. You'll freeze in place for a moment if you get hit. You'll flash yellow, so you'll be able to learn when that stops. Grab the key. Through to the out. Wait here for a moment. Kill the Akabutsus. Number 3. Number 1. Number 4, number 2. Grab your health. Underworld. 4, 1, 3, 2, 5. Avoid the snail. Grab the star up the top. Look in advance for what this skull is doing. He's firing left, so I've got a free pass. That's level 4. Wait here. Jump up, grab your invincibility. Be careful to do full jumps here. Come back the way. Let's grab some health down here. Grab your star. On this one, broadly go from bottom to top. Make enough room for the mines. Don't get frustrated if you lose a cycle or two. Judge when to kill birds. You'll need to lose your jetpack to get under here. That's level 5. Into the underworld. Do a couple of shots to kill these guys. Get your jetpack. Be very careful with the statues, always show them maximum respect. Be careful. Grab your health. That's what happens if you're not careful. You notice I just lost 50,000 points of health. Don't do that in your runs. This statue. Health. Two shots. If you're not sure you're going to make it with the cycle, just wait it out. Try again. If you're really nervous, you can come back over here. Start him again. Because of course you will have full health, unlike me. You can see the statue is trolling me, even though I'm meant to know what I'm doing. One of those things. This is why I'm recommending the route I am. Oh, I just love being embarrassed on TV. You can see just how much trouble this statue can give you. This is quite unbelievable. There we go. No health. Let's just take a death warp. You're not going to do this in your runs because you're going to have 60,000 health by now. This is why you need the jetpack. into the final boss. We're going to get on cycle, so we're going to take as long as it takes, and then we're going to start firing, come up, come down, anticipate the hole, do a little bit of diagonal movement. And with all the health, the good thing is you can start tapering off as soon as you feel more confident. And if you just want to go for the 2 health in 6 at the end of the day, that would be a good way to do things. That would be decent for anyone looking to get a nice safe 6-minute time, without any sort of trouble on the final boss, like risking death or, you know. Because losing a few hits is safer than losing a death. Overall, this is a really simple run though, even though I'm making it look absolutely nightmarish right now. And if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments. I am not the best at making tutorials, but hopefully you got the gist of everything there. It's mostly just about learning when to avoid cycles. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.